Our first featured French side is Montpellier HSC Sport Club. First founded in 1919 through the city's General Sports Association, Montpellier, like many other clubs, were participants in mergers and endured fiscal troubles during their journey to the present day. No club would be involved in both so soon than the side from Occitanie. The first merger happening months after their creation, and their monetary issues arising only 6 years later. Financial malfeasance discovered in 1925 resulted in relegation and other penalties that led several players to leave the club. In order to distance themselves from the stain of punishment, the club rebranded with a new name. This helped attract new players, which worked marvelously, as the club immediately won back promotion the following season. The squad would take their first major trophy in 1929, raising the French Cup, and they would become professional the following year. However, professionalism was not kind to Montpellier. After incurring a debt of over 370,000 francs by 1935, the club was dissolved and subsequently re-established under a former name, Stade Olympique. To the French Football Federation, this cleared the debt owed by Montpellier. Afterwards, the club would move between Divisions 1 and 2 of the French league system. Financial issues struck again in the 1950s when they were fined 5 million francs for accounting irregularities. Starting in 1957, they would see a decade of reprieve and encouraging finishes under a new president, Ferdinand Bessade. But when he left his post in 1966, things rapidly deteriorated. Montpellier lost their professional status, and in 1969, continuing financial issues led to another merger, and players left the club to join an upstart side led by local businessman Louis Nicolin. A local journalist pushed for a merger between Nicolin's club and the remnants of Montpellier. In 1974, these urgings proved successful, and Nicolin ultimately dissolved his side to become Montpellier's president. Bringing his players with him, Nicolin would leave Montpellier to finally reach the stability that avoided the club for so long. He passed away in 2017, but since then, his age and the year that he founded the club as it is known today is commemorated every home game with a chant of Lulu during the 74th minute. The late 80s was the most exciting in a long time for the club, built on young players like Eric Cantona, Carlos Valderrama, and Laurent Blanc, who holds the club record with 84 career goals. Montpellier claimed a Ligue 2 title in 1987 and their second Coupe de France in 1990. Nicknamed La Paillade for their location in the Paillade district of the city, they did not make many waves over the next 2 decades until the 2011-2012 season. Led by standout striker Olivier Giroud, Montpellier would win Ligue 1 for the first time and lift the Hexagol trophy. Giroud topped the league with 21 goals, and his performance in the title run would precipitate his transfer to Arsenal during the summer window. Since they topped the league, Montpellier has been a comfortable mid-table side. At times threatening for a Europa League spot, their consistent performances keep them out of reach from their most intense rivals, Nîmes. The two cities are separated by only 50 kilometers, and recently the status of the Derby du Languedoc depends on Nîmes to reach Ligue 1. The height of the derby culminated in 1966 in a Coupe de France semi-final, where Nîmes came away from the tie with a 1-0 victory. Montpellier in Ligue 1 might not light up the European football scene, but that does not mean there is no fire in the hearts of the fans. Their ultra group, But Paillade 91, commands the crowd at the Stade de la Masson. Perhaps inspired by the mercurial Eric Cantona's short spell at the club, Paillade 91 is one of the most impassioned groups in French football. In fact, in 2010, Montpellier was the most sanctioned club in Ligue 1. Check out Moose Besson's channel below for videos from the stands with the Ultras, and just see how intense the fans are for yourself. Although French football may seem obscure to a lot of viewers, it is worth learning about the clubs involved. Montpellier's history may not be illustrious, but it's a history nonetheless. To know where they came from and the financial struggles that seemed to plague them in the past, fans can better appreciate the steadiness and consistency that the club has enjoyed recently. New manager Olivier Dalloglio will hope to add an extra gear to the club so they can reach European competition once again. Check out Montpellier's website and shop link below, and tune in to some Ligue 1 matches this fall and give French football a chance. It is football after all. Until next time, cheers.